This is our audience tonight. They don't know, but there are surprises in store for teacher Jill Simpson when Biggins boogies into her classroom. The woman behind these walls when our cameras move in. And Cilla when she gets an unexpected ring about last week's phone call. For these people and more, it's Surprise, Surprise. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
Indeed, and welcome to Surprise, Surprise. Now, life is full of surprises, and we aim to bring you a lot of them tonight. Well, before I forget, I must tell you about our Ben. That's my middle lad, our Ben. He's only 10, and it's his off term this week, and he went away to camp, and before he went, I said to him, now, listen here, love. Listen here, Chuck. I said, now, before you go, don't forget, when you're there, to send us a postcard. Don't forget that. Well, he didn't, bless him. He didn't forget. He just forgot to put the stamp on it. Bless him. He said, dear Mum and Dad, I'm having a great time here. The food is smashing, because they don't make you eat it. Look there. P.S. I've promised the lads a signed photo of you, Mum. Ah. Wasn't that nice? Yes. Mind you, wasn't that nice for me? It wasn't. Do you know there's 580 lads in that camp? I've got segs on my eyeballs. I've got writer's cramp. I've been up all night. But enough of that. On with the surprises. And our first surprise is for Lorraine Lauder tonight. Now, she lives in the south of London. And she wrote to us a couple of weeks back. She said, oh, I'd love to be your cue puller Cilla in the phone numbers game. But what she doesn't know is she's going to be our cue puller tonight. Because we've got our cameras and the lovely Tony Arthur waiting outside her flat. So let's go over now and see how Lorraine is surprised.
Right, Cilla, well, here we go. Lorraine is at home, we happen to know, but she doesn't know we're here. Surprise, surprise! Oh, Lorraine Lauder, you wrote to us saying that you'd like to pull cubes out of Cilla's bag for the phone game. Yeah. Well, your wishes are, come on. Oh, tonight's the night. Oh, here you go. Oh, what do you mean, oh, my God? Tell you what, we'll get settled and we'll see Cilla in a minute, OK? Can I come in? Yes. Thank you. You'll be better in a minute, Lorraine. We'll calm you down in a minute. Well done.
Oh, dear, what's it?
Well done, my darling. Now we're going to sit you down and make you happy.
Well, while Tony gets Lorraine settled, it's time to meet our flavour of the week. And who better than my big mate, Biggins?
It's exactly, Cilla, 1,085 years ago today since Alfred the Great made his last cake.
Do you know, I have to stop you watching Mastermind. You realise that, don't you?
Oh, I'm sorry, but Alfred was King of Wessex, and he became a national figure.
I'm not surprised, dressed like that, I'm not.
He had a lot of trouble with the Danish invaders.
Perhaps they were after his bacon.
Oh, no, I think they were after his jester, Cilla. And we have the best jester in the world. It's Charlie Williams. Very poetic.
Hey up, old flower.
How are you?
By go. Nice to see you, Christopher, my old peddler.
It's good to see you, too.
What am I holding this for? Oh, down here.
Yeah.
You didn't realise there were people like me that many years ago, did you?
No, I didn't, no.
No, lovely, lovely. You thought there were no black nights? Yeah. No, I'm sorry about being a bit late, you know that?
Yes.
Bit late, Christopher, yeah, because I come up that M1 this time. Instead of coming on Riverside, I come up, you see, I didn't bother with canoe.
No.
And I came up the M1, and do you know something? I got as far as Luton. Luton, that's a bit away off from here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And all of a sudden, red light on dashboard had a blinking. I thought, William, short of petrol. So I jumped out of the car, you know, got on out shoulder, jumped out. I thought, who's going to stop? I thought, they'll not stop. They'll think it's only a darkie. Never mind. This car pulled in behind me, and this fella got out, well, very well dressed, very well dressed. He was Irish. I love them, you know.
Yeah, they are
Lovely
nice.
sense of humour.
Very nice.
Lovely sense of humour. Did you hear about the Irishman that died drinking milk?
No.
Cow fell on him. As I was saying, no, I'm not going yet.
No.
No.
Go on.
No, and this car pulled in behind me, and this Irish fella jumped out, and very well dressed, and he knew me. He knew me. He said, hello, Charlie, how are you? I said, well, there's something wrong. He said, what's wrong? I said, well, I'm short of petrol. He said, well, follow me, I have a full tank.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you there to Charlie Williams.
Lovely. Thank you. All right.
Very good.
Thank you.
But, Charlie, I have a little surprise for you. You were a professional footballer, weren't you? Were you a professional footballer?
Yes, that's when men were men and women were glad of them.
Yeah. And where were you a professional footballer?
Doncaster Rovers.
That's right, and you played 157 games for them, but in all those games, you only scored 1 goal. Is that true?
I wasn't supposed to score them. I was supposed to stop their mothers scoring.
It was on the 23rd of March, 1956, in the 85th minute. And we have searched, he's staggering now, we've searched high and low, and we've got that very man, Harry Huff from Barnsley, the goalkeeper. Here he is. Come down, Harry.
Doncaster Rovers?
Doncaster, these are not their colours. No, I put something on nice and quiet tonight for this show.
What about that, then?
I should hope so.
Is that same ball, Harry?
Same ball. And
God.
only fools and horses would have had that.
Well, we've got another surprise
If
for
they
you.
had that, these players today, they'd have concussion for a fortnight.
Well, we've got another surprise because over there in our audience, over there, have a look, Charlie, are some of the players that you played with in that match. Give us a wave, boys.
Biggins, open.
Well, I thought I knew it'd come true if I kept hold of this. Are you all right for a game today, lads, tonight? They can manage them, lads. They don't need to run about. Just let the ball do the work, son.
Right, well, you go and play the game and we'll see you later. Nice big round of applause there. Terrific. Thank you, darling.
Well, it's time to settle down now, Biggins, because it's time for our phone numbers game.
Yes, it is. And remember, this is the only game on television that you, the viewer, can play at home and win a prize. How's our cube puller doing, Cilla?
Well, Biggins, let's go over and find out. Are you there, Lorraine?
Yes, Cilla, I'm here.
And how do you feel now, Chuck?
Terrible.
You're not sorry that you wrote to us, are you, Lorraine?
Oh, no. Have you ever seen my house?
Well, that's the idea, see, surprise, surprise. Anyway, you look lovely, Lorraine.
Thank you, Cilla, so do you.
Are you sitting comfortably there?
Then you'll begin.
And what were you doing, Lorraine, when Tony knocked on your door?
Well, I thought it was my son coming back from Wednesday Club saying that they weren't any tonight because that's how he knocks at the door.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, please, enlighten us, Lorraine. What is Wednesday Club?
Well, you get rid of him for 2 hours.
Well, Lorraine, before you pull the first cube, let's show the people at home what the rules of the games are.
Now, first make up your card. Start with a big square like this. Divide it into 25 smaller squares like this. Now put P-H-O-N-E across the top. And now add the last 5 digits of your phone number, including the dialing code down the left-hand side. The winner will be the first person to ring out with a straight line of 5 squares across, down, or diagonally containing the correct answers to the questions for those squares. We'll give you the questions and the number to call later in the show. Now, to give you a start, you can have some free squares that count towards a winning line without you having to write answers in them. As always, the middle square is free, then just for this week, the 4th under P, the 5th under H, and the 2nd under E. I hope you've made a careful note of those free squares.
So let's go over to our cube puller for this week. Lorraine, are you there, Lorraine?
Yes, Cilla, I'm here.
Oh, we're all excited over here. So
Good.
could you give that bag a good big shake and pull out that lucky first cube?
Right you are.
I've got an headache. Well, she's having a good fiddle, isn't she?
Ooh. N6.
N6.
So for all of you with N6, in what country is this building? More cubes, Cilla.
Yes, I must remind everybody sitting at home to please pay attention because we can't repeat any of these questions. All right, Lorraine, pull another cube, Chuck.
O2.
O2.
What is a collection of lions called? More cubes, Cilla.
More cubes, Lorraine.
Right you are. E6.
E6.
So for all of you with E6, what member of the family is this song about? And we'll have more cubes for you later in the programme. Remember, as soon as you get a complete line of 5, give us a ring. The number is 01 if you're outside London, 936 9336. But please only ring when you have a winning line. We can't answer any other inquiries on that number. And you can't use the number from last week like some of you have been doing.
Well, I'm glad you talked about phones, Biggins, because I've got a phone call to make. Yes, I'm going to ring up a Patricia Mail, and she lives in Birmingham. Oh, I've got a marvellous letter from all her friends. All her friends wrote in and said that Patricia is absolutely... She does this most amazing party piece. She does Doris Day. Oh, have you heard of Doris Day? Yes. So I'm going to phone her up now. She doesn't know this. She's celebrating her birthday soon, Biggins.
Ah.
10 digits again.
10. Wash the nails again.
There we are. Yeah, she's celebrating her 40th birthday soon.
40.
It's ringing out, Biggins.
Ringing.
It's still ringing out, Biggins. Hello?
Hello.
Could I speak to Patricia Mail, please?
Speaking.
Hello, Pat.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And who is this saying hello to Patricia Mail?
Well, it's not Doris Day for a start. It's actually, surprise, surprise, it's Cilla here.
Really?
It's Cilla here. Cilla Black of Surprise, Surprise.
Are you sure you're not one of those singing grams?
to do them as well. Because we do Cillograms on Surprise, Surprise.
You do?
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, then. You sing me the first verse or line of Anyone Who Had a Heart, and then I'll really know if it's Cilla Black, won't I?
That's a surprise, I think. Yeah, that's a good. Oh, Pat, you little rascal, all right. Oh, I don't know. I haven't done it for years. And I haven't sung Anyone Who Had an Heart either. All right, here we go. Anyone who ever loved. Boom, boom. That's right. Now do you believe it? Pardon?
I've now absolutely gone to pieces.
Have you?
It really is Cilla Black, then?
Yes, I am. In the flesh.
In the flesh?
Yes.
The real one?
The real... No, I'm not a cardboard cutout, I can promise you. I'm the real Cilla Black, and do you want to know why I phoned you, really?
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Go on.
Can you take it? You've got a lot of friends, haven't you?
Yes.
You mightn't have by the time this phone call's finished. You've got a lot of friends, and they tell me,
Yes.
and this is where I'm going to throw it on you now, Pat, that you do have an amazing party piece. And you do a mean Doris Day. Now, I'm not going to let you off this phone until you sing the first line. You know I'm going to say, of the Deadwood stage.
Sing it with me.
All right, we mightn't sing in the same key, but after 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the Deadwood stage.
Stages are coming on over the hill. I don't know the rest of
That's
the
nice. Don't worry about it, love. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the real Cilla Black, then. You are the real... You've proven that you are. I really...
I've just pinched myself. I am the real Cilla Black. And are you the real Patricia Mayle?
I am, yes, indeed.
Well, you sang that first line of Doris Day's song ever so well, and we're going to give you the chance to sing it in full on next week's show. She put the phone down.
She's fainted.
What happened then, Pat?
I just fainted.
Pat, you come and entertain us next week, and I promise I'll come and entertain you, all right?
Fine.
All right, Pat. I'll see you on the show next week.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for talking to us and singing to us.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra, then.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.
Exactly. Oh, hang on.
I bet that's Pat again saying she's not going to come on.
Hello?
Cilla there.
Just 1 second. It's for you.
Is it Pat? Hello, Pat.
No, hello, Cilla. This is Sweden calling. This is Eric. Not very bad. No, a good line this time.
No, I'm sorry. It's a very bad line, Eric. I can't hear you.
Are you going to be the bossy type now?
Am I going to be... Oh, the bossy type. Oh, actually...
I heard a little bit of what you said.
Did
Hey,
you?
Cilla, how about meetings sometimes?
Hey, Eric, I'm married, you know.
I know, but we can make it very, very snappy.
I've got... I don't believe this.
Now, you see, the point
Eric,
is...
no, hang on, before you go any further, Eric, we are actually on the telly now. I've got 3 strapping lads, and if they could hear you talk like this, my eldest lad would batter your nose down to a blackhead. What?
Actually, he could practically do it because I'm right here in the studio with you.
Oh, no. Oh, isn't that nice, Eric? Oh, Eric, please have a sit down. Sit down.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Sit anywhere.
Just come and sit down
Oh,
here,
sit-
Eric.
Well, Oh, it's lovely to see you in the flesh. It was ever such a lot of fun when we spoke to you on the phone. In fact,
I knew.
I'll always remember room 113 for the rest of my life. And how was Bob? Bob Shirley, his name was,
It's a
wasn't
very
it?
nice one. Yeah.
Was he surprised? Because when I spoke to him, he didn't seem that surprised.
Well, actually, I'm not sure, because he knew he was coming on to something, because he went into a restaurant and he said, if someone seeks me from London, I'll be in here. But then he went up in the room, so he didn't know exactly the time.
Where have they hidden you all day, Eric?
I can tell you.
Oh, come on, tell me. In fact, speak on the phone, it sounds better. Go on, Eric, tell me.
No, I arrived from Munich today.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm very happy to receive these lovely flowers. Thanks. I've gone all red, Biggins. I have. I'm blushing.
You're just in time to see something very exciting, though,
Yes,
isn't it,
please
Cilla?
stay around for the rest of the show.
Yes.
You're going to meet somebody who's never, ever been on television before, although he's a professional. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Paul Fox.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and tonight I'm here to entertain you using hypnosis. But first of all, I require a volunteer. Miss Black? Hello, fella.
Hello.
Hello. What I want you to do,
Yes.
right, is cooperate with me fully.
Oh, cooperate with you.
Yeah, it's a big word.
Can't you get divorced for that?
If you just look into my eyes
Yes.
and relax. And are you ready to be hypnotised?
No, not really. Not really, Paul, because you know. Actually, Paul wrote to us. It's not you we're interested in, if you pardon the expression. It's your father. You wrote to us about your dad.
Yeah.
And his name is Cyril Chapman. And he's sitting out there in the audience tonight. And it's you, Cyril. Where are you, love? It's you that we're really interested in. There he is, the one with the red face. Would you come and join us, Cyril, please? I hope they didn't hear. I can't repeat what he said to his son.
beggar.
Oh, beggar. Oh, well, the same thing, the same thing. Now, Cyril, we got you here for a purpose, really, because it's a very special thing that we're going to do for you tonight, because way back, I want to take your memory back, way back in 1940, you and your family were living in occupied France, is that right?
No, we left as France was being occupied.
You left after, but at that time,
yes,
you were living there.
Yes.
Yes, and I know how you did. You had to leave France.
Yes.
In fact, you had to escape from the Germans because, you know, it was indeed occupied.
Yes.
And you, well, it was your dad, really. Your father went to a Norwegian ship called the Ringhorn. Is that
Ringhorn.
right? Yes. And your dad persuaded the crew to hide you and your family on board this ship for over a month. Is that right?
Yes, just about a month it took to come together.
Yes, until they delivered you safely on
Docks.
British shores. Yes. Well, you know, those men risked their lives for you and your family. They did, didn't
I
they?
know, yes.
And it's over, well, it's a long time. It's over 40 years. I know all this time you've been longing to thank the crew, haven't you?
I have really, yes.
Well, it's taken us an awful long time to track them down. It's taken us 5 months, everyone. And indeed, it was literally last night before we managed to track 3 of those people down, 3 of those fellas. I've got to read the names out because they're all Norwegian. They've come over from Norway, especially to be with you tonight. And they are Halvor Saga, Christopher Rogno, Alfred Munkviken. Yes, yes. And while everybody here, I know you've got lots to chat about those days, I think it's time to take a break. See you in a few minutes. See you then.
More surprises yet to come for Doris Draper, whose husband hasn't told her about his date with Cilla. And Edward Woodward, who has yet to step out with the chorus line he never thought he'd see again.
we've still got a lot of surprises for you. Everybody's sitting at home. And who knows, one of them could be for you.
Yes. Now, it's Cillagram time. Now, we've literally had thousands of letters since last week, but we've decided that this week's Cillagram should go to a Mr. Ernie Draper of Southall in Middlesex. Now, this is going to come as a bit of a surprise to Ernie's wife, Doris. Where are you, Doris? There she is, there. Now, you don't know anything about this, do you, Doris? He's kept this a secret from you, hasn't he?
Well, I'll tell you about it, Doris. I shall tell you. You know you're Ernie. Well, Ernie's a bus driver, and he's been a bus driver for 37 years. That's right, isn't it, Doris? Right. Yes, and all that time, Biggins, Ernie has never, ever had an accident. I think that's the most marvellous safety record, don't you? He's clapping himself, look at that. Well, Ernie's retiring shortly, and your mates, Ernie, thought you deserved a very special surprise. Hurry along the bus now. If you can't run, you can't ride. Oh, I am enjoying myself. Because it's good practice, this, when we're singing me Cillagrams to Ernie. Ernie, because he drives the safest buses in the West. Well, the West of London, anyway. Now, it's nearly 11 o'clock, and Ernie's due to start work any minute. But what he doesn't know is that we've arranged for him to have a day off, because I'm going to take him on a special magical mystery tour. So I better get myself hid. By the time Ernie arrived to clock on for his normal shift, we'd also hidden all our cameras, and we were ready to spring our surprise. All we had to do was to catch Ernie before he drove off. Ernie! Ernie! Surprise, surprise! You're not going to work today.
Why not? Am I getting paid?
What, for not going to work?
Yeah, well, you're getting paid, aren't you?
I mean, for a little bit. I do it for pleasure, Ernie.
Oh, that's what I do this for.
Do you?
Yeah,
the
pleasure.
reason why I'm here today is to pay a special tribute to you
Thank you.
on your forthcoming retirement. You
Don't
see,
remind me of it.
your mates.
I haven't got any here.
Well, what mates you have got made a special request.
Oh, very
And
nice
they
of 'em.
requested a Cillagram. Ernie, hop on the bus, because I feel a song coming on. It's very nice to go traveling to Paris, London, and Rome. It's so nice to go traveling, but it's so much nicer, yes, it's so much nicer to come home. It's very nice just to wander the camel route to Iraq. It's oh so nice just to wander, but it's so much nicer, yes, it's oh so nice to wander back. The mamsells and frauleins and the senoritas are sweet, but they can't compete cause they just don't have what the models have on Madison Ave. It's very nice to be footloose with just a toothbrush and comb. It's so nice to be footloose, but your heart starts singing when you're homeward winging across the fall. And you know you're faded where the Empire State is. All you contemplated, the view from Miss Liberty's dome. It's very nice to go traveling, but it's oh so nice to come home. Light the home fire. Get your slippers. Good luck, Ernie.
Cilla,
Yes?
I thought you looked wonderful in your uniform.
You like my uniform?
Yes, you can punch my ticket any time.
Oh. And Ernie, you can punch my ticket anytime. Now I know why Doris married you. You're so lovely. We had a marvellous day, didn't we, Ernie?
We did.
But you were glad to get home.
Very glad.
But I wish you all the best for a marvellous retirement. Thanks a lot, Ernie.
And now it's time for our phone numbers game. Remember, the first one to phone in with the correct line wins our surprise, surprise prize. And we have 2 more prizes for the runners-up. So, Cilla, more cubes.
More cubes. Over to you, Lorraine. We've got to go over to Lorraine for that. Are you all right, Lorraine?
I'm fine, thank you, Cilla.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Oh, well and truly.
Oh, well, shake that bag up one more time and pull that cube.
Mind your head. Oh, N1.
N for naughty?
Yeah.
Not in motorway. N1.
N1. What is this character's favourite food?
More cubes, Lorraine.
Okie dokie. N5.
N5.
Which film character had to phone home? More cubes, Cilla.
More cubes, Lorraine.
Okay. N6.
Oh, all the N's are coming out tonight, aren't they?
All the notice.
All the naughty. But niceys.
Yeah.
N6.
So for all of you with N6, what group had a hit with this song? Just to remind you again of the number to ring, it's 01 if you're calling from outside London, 936 9336. And the line will stay open until 9 o'clock tonight.
I've got this lovely letter here from a PE teacher called Jill Simpson. Now, it seems that she wants to be a bit of a jitterbugger.
Oh.
Anyway, she wondered if we could find her a really good jiving partner. You know, someone that was really hot. But she said he had to be big, strong, handsome, and a boy. Because she said she was an average size 14. She wrote to me and said she once did it with a fireman, but both of them fell over. So it's obvious who we sent along, isn't it? Follow my eyes, camera. Yes, we dispatched Biggins to St. Joseph's Comprehensive School in Newport, South Wales.
Why, boy Biggins here, the Prince of the Palais. Now, Jill is inside with her 5th form girls, teaching them. She's going to be ever surprised when I go in and strap my stuff. Come on. Jill Simpson? Where is she? Jill Simpson! Surprise, surprise! You said you wanted a jitterbug. Well, here we go. We're going to jitterbug ourselves away. Raise the roof. Music.
I told you I was big.
Oh, my goodness. But listen, in your letter, I remember you said that you did this with a fireman and you fell over. Is that true?
Yeah.
Well, who's the fireman?
A friend of my husband.
Oh, really?
He was.
Why did you want a jitterbug, Jill?
Well, it looks so good on the television.
Yes.
I've never found anybody big enough to do it for me. I meant strong enough.
Well, we may have another surprise, because we may have someone even bigger to do the jitterbug with, because surprise, surprise,
Oh, you haven't.
here's Jeff Capes. It's your new partner. Yes, this is Jill. Over to you. Music, please.
I've never done it.
with laughter. Look at that. Jill, after seeing that, what do you think of yourself now?
Same as what I did before.
But wasn't Jeff Capes marvellous?
It was really, really good.
Yes. I've heard a little Dickie Bird tell me something about you. Do you want to wipe the tear away from you? A little Dickie Bird told me that when you were younger, you were a bit of a scoundrel.
What have I done?
Well, I'll tell you what you did. One day you went to Buckingham Palace, didn't you? What did you do at Buckingham Palace?
Slid down the banisters.
Pardon?
Slid down the banisters.
How did you get into Buckingham Palace?
Oh, the Duke of Edinburgh award scheme.
Oh, you clever
You shouldn't
girl.
say things like that.
You clever girl. And while the Queen was out, you slid down the banister.
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yes.
Did you?
Not as much as that, I didn't.
What about Biggins? Wasn't he good?
Oh, great. Really,
We had some fun, didn't we?
Oh, it was lovely. It was really, really.
You know, Biggins taught Jeff Capes to dance. You know that, don't you?
Well, he's very good.
Oh, he's very light on his feet. I loved your outfit.
Wasn't it wonderful?
Oh, yes. I wonder if that style will ever come back.
Oh, he's bound to.
And I loved your DA. Didn't you like his DA? Yes. And we loved your hairstyle as well.
But listen, Jill, we've had Peter Salmon, our choreographer, has been teaching somebody else today because you've done it with one fireman and 4 novas, so we thought we'd like you to do it with 4 firemen. And here they are now.
These are the answers to last week's phone game. And in a few moments, Edward Woodward finds an old friend as a showbiz star.
Hello and welcome back. Well, it's time now for the last part of our phone numbers game. And I'd like to say a very big thank you to Lorraine for pulling us some lovely cubes. Where are you, Lorraine?
I'm here, Cilla.
Well, you've been marvellous. Have you enjoyed yourself, love?
Oh, it's been lovely.
Oh, well, thanks for coming on the show.
Right.
Shake that bag, or whatever else you've got there for the last time.
Mind your ears.
And pull out that magic cube.
Right.
And Lorraine, before you pull that cube out, Chuck, I've just thought of something. You don't live very far from here, these studios at London Weekend Television, do you?
No, Cilla.
Well, I think you could just about make it to the show before the end. Would you like to come to the show and see how it's all done proper?
Oh, I'd love it.
Oh, well, I'll see you then, Chuck.
OK, Chuck.
This could be the start of something big. What's that cube then, Lorraine?
It's P1.
You're not passing a pigeon, are you?
I want one.
P1.
So, all of you with P1s, how many lives is a cat said to have? And finally, here's your bonus question. If you know the correct answer, you can put it into any square you like to make up a winning line. And here we go. What place is this song all about? Well, Well, if you've got a correct line, the number to ring is 019369336. Now for last week's winners. Firstly, the runners-up, who each receive a portable television set, were Rosa Moss of Mitcham in Surrey, and the other is Mrs. Bet Cunningham of Troon in Ayrshire. And she's a night nurse and watches the show in her break. Isn't that nice?
Yes, that's lovely. But our surprise prize last week goes to a 15-year-old girl. And her name is Anita Steer, and she is from Weston-super-Mare, but she's in our audience tonight. Where are you, Anita? Hello. Well, congratulations on winning our super prize. Now, we've heard, Anita, that you're absolutely mad about horses. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, and we've chose for you, or rather, I know you love this. We've chose for you a whole full day with Lucinda Green at her stables. Isn't that a marvellous prize?
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Congratulations. In the meantime, Biggins...
Oh, it ain't half hot, Mum.
I beg your pardon?
I mean, in the steaming jungle, the sun-baked desert and those concert parties that kept up our boys' morale in the war.
Just like on the telly, eh?
Just so. And one of those wartime entertainers is in our audience tonight.
He certainly is. Edward Woodward. Give us a wave, Edward. Yes, there he is. And this is going to be a surprise for Edward, because he thought he was coming along to the studio tonight to chat about Beezer after the show. But you're wrong. You're going to chat about Beezer tonight. What is Beezer? What does it stand for, Edward?
Bengal Entertainment Services Association.
Really? Well, come and join us and tell us all about it.
I don't know. I'll kill Juliet Blake, your researcher. She told me I was only coming to see you after the show.
Say hello to Biggins.
Hello, nice to see you.
Well, come and make yourself comfy, Edward. I mean, Beezer, really, I don't think I've heard of Beezer. Can you tell us what it's all about?
Yes, I can. It was a forces unit for entertainment for the 14th Army out in Burma and India. We were the forgotten army, if you remember.
Well, listen, Edward, we delved right the way deep into the records. We tried very, very hard. And we came up with one of your mates, whom you have not seen since all those years ago. Really a long time ago. It's over 40 years ago. In fact, he stayed in show business. And you know, everybody out there knows him, because he's one of the stars of that lovely... Oh, tell them about the TV series.
It's one of our top shows. It's called Only Fools and Horses. And yes, it's Grandad, ladies and gentlemen, Leonard Pierce.
Yes, I do now, yes. Long time.
Good to see you.
Can I sit down?
Please do.
Oh, please sit down. It's lovely to see you. It's one of my favourite programmes, Only Fools and Horses.
It's one of my favourite programmes, too.
It's gorgeous. I've just noticed you don't half talk posh.
Doesn't he, Sil? Yes.
Well, I was trained as a dramatic classical actor.
Oh, forgive us.
I mean, I don't always talk like Grandad.
But we love him as Grandad. We love you as Grandad. So, wasn't it a nice thrill to see Edward after all this time?
Wonderful. I mean, I must admit, it took me a little while. I mean, it's over 40 years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 42 years, I think.
42 years.
Yes.
And I happened to be in the very first show, which was a musical, a sort of revue. It was called Beezer Buzzing. Do you remember? Beezer Buzzing.
And you had to sing, did you, Leonard?
I sang the opening number. Yeah.
Do you remember
go
it?
on.
Oh, yes, I do. Do you remember it? Bees are buzzing with industry in every hive. Bees are buzzing.
Isn't that lovely?
But really, it's not a solo number. I mean, we had a lot of people.
You
and
did?
Yes, and a chorus line.
Oh, a chorus
and really,
line.
it was a chorus line that did it.
Well, say no more, Leonard, because, Edward, you haven't seen all these people since all those years ago. We've got that very chorus line to meet you again tonight.
Yes, they're here tonight. First of all, Earl Kay. Stan Venn. Pat Murphy. Wally Green. Con Doherty. Ivor Owen. And Yvette, better known as Alex Purdy.
Oh, this is Edward. Yvette will take care of you.
Hello there, darling.
Bees are buzzing with the spree in every hive. Bees are buzzing to make this deadly hole alive. So won't you wake up, shake up your feet once again. Put on your makeup, stop and think the real ghost swing. Bees are humming, honey bits of melody. Bees are humming, funny bits of repartee. So dance time, laugh time, posted up with value. Bees are buzzing, busy buzzing all for you. Bees are buzzing, busy buzzing.
You know, I bet that brought back many happy memories for Edward, don't you think?
It was terrific, wasn't it, seeing them all get together again?
It was. I enjoyed it. I've got this lovely letter here. I must read it out to you before we go. It's absolutely smashing. It says here, it's a letter from... Well, it's actually a letter from a Mrs. Sandra McAllister from Faro Vale in Leeds. Now, she's written to us to tell us about her little boy. He's only 3, and I'm looking over this letter. She hasn't mentioned his name, so it's young boy McAllister. Apparently, he loves playing the phone numbers game. And as I say, he's only 3. He rushed up to his room to watch it on the telly, because he's got a telly, very posh, in his own room. And when you ask Biggins, what planet does Superman come from, he rushed downstairs because he got the first answer, because he thought he'd won. He said, I know where Superman comes from, Mum. Superman comes from space. So she laughed so much. Her actual words is, we laugh so much because we don't even have a phone. But I must remind everybody, you don't have to have a phone to do the phone numbers game. You can just use your immediate family's phone, and that's good enough. But we all think in the studio, we all think that, oh, McAllister, the little McAllister, deserves a prize of his own for getting that question right, don't you?
We do.
So we've bought you a little present, and here it is, your very own Superman. It's from Uncle Biggins
and Auntie Cilla.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the audience, and indeed ladies and gentlemen and children who are watching the show at home, thank you very much for joining us. I think Lorraine's arrived now. Yes, she's sitting over there. Oh, you've changed, Lorraine. Thank you very much for coming to the show. You've been a marvellous cue puller. And also Tony, thanks for joining us as well. And not forgetting, I mustn't forget, my very big mate, Biggins.
Bye-bye, Cilla. See you next week.
You're right, you know. We will see you next week. Good night. Ta-ra, then.
Subject to a final check, the winner of this week's phone game is Mrs. D. Church of Ackworth, and the phone lines close at 9 o'clock.